Alright fellas, here we're back in Pokemon Masters, and today we're going to be doing the Registeel Legendary Arena and seeing just how difficult it is. So I've already completed the first two stages, and I did them with very powerful teams. The big gimmick for Registeel is that it can do a lot of damage and it can take a lot of damage if it has either of its defensive stats, defense or special defense, raised. So you've got to debuff both of them and make sure that it stays down, right? So we've got Maylene here as our support, which can apply some speed buffs, crit buffs, attack buffs, do some good damage with Drain Punch and heal herself. And of course, Rock Smash is the big thing here for guaranteed defense debuffs because in her grid, I did give her Honor Roll. So that's great. We have Bruno as our main damage dealer. He's the most free-to-play option, I would say. Obviously, you could use someone like B or any other, fighting attacker, maybe Wally, whatever. But Bruno here, I think, can work very, very well. He's got a lot of good, strong abilities here. He's got Crit Strike 2 in the grid, Smart Cookie on Cross Chop, as well as Double Down 5, as well as Crit Strike 2 as a passive, and I gave it to him as a lucky skill. So he can do a lot of damage on both his normal moves and sync moves, and he is self-sufficient in his own buffing. So he's our main damage dealer, as well as probably maybe Maylene's Drain Punches can do relatively well, right? And for the special defense debuffing, I think probably the most free-to-play and, I guess, consistent setup is probably going to be Erica here, who is able to apply 50% chances at special defense debuffing. So we've got to get a little bit lucky, but let's go ahead, hop into the battle here and see just how difficult Registeel is. I will probably be putting up some videos maybe tomorrow or later today, I'm unsure, on some other teams and characters that are going to work very well against Registeel, so be on the lookout for those. Let's go ahead and start trying to debuff its defenses here, because it does start out here with an iron defense, so we do have to be careful of that. There we go, we've got -1 on the defense, and let's hope we can also debuff the special defense as well. Okay. Okay, there we go, defense is down. Let's go ahead and start going for some buffs here. I'm going to try and debuff its special defense while it is not trying to raise it. It does go for Body Slam, so maybe... Let's hope it doesn't try to go for some paralysis or anything. We're getting very unlucky with these special defense debuffs, by the way. Very unlucky. I don't know if the speed's going to be good or not. Okay. So we got Bruno's sync move here. I don't know how hard this is going to hit. That's fine. It's not bad. Can you please... Okay, we got some defense debuffs. That's good. Or special defense debuffs, sorry. I am very scared of Registeel's... I'm just Registeel. I'm quite scared of Registeel's sync move here, seeing how much it does. That's quite a bit. Even without having the defenses buffed, well, now they're buffed, that still hits quite hard, which is quite scary. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got the defense debuff, which is good. Let's go ahead and go for another Rock Smash here. Let's raise Erica's defenses. Do note we do have obviously multiple opportunities to use different characters for Registeel here, so we shouldn't be too bad. Okay, there we go. That's good. Oh yeah, he also debuffs our own defense as well. Yeah, you've got to be careful. So we did get paralyzed, which is very, very annoying. And it's got the crit next. Yeah, no. I don't think this team's going to work. Yeah, no. This team, it doesn't have the capability. This is the most free-to-play setup, obviously, but still. Yeah, no. That's Maylene down, and there's our defense debuffer down. Okay. Let me go build a different team and see what we can do here against this Registeel, because we have to build for the paralysis, have to deal with the AoEs. We've got a lot of shit we gotta do. Man, okay, Registeel's gonna be annoying, I can tell. Okay, I think we've got a better setup here. We've got the Registeel, obviously, enemy, and then we've got Maylene and the main character and Solgaleo, who I feel can do better because they are also able to debuff special defense with Focus Blast, albeit is quite inconsistent. So that is a little bit annoying, but that's fine. We've also got Skylight in here so we can get some support EX in. And of course, there's the paralysis. God damn it. These paralysis are very annoying. Very, very annoying. Thankfully, though, we've got a lot of speed buffs, so we can try and handle that as much as possible. Let's just go ahead and do that. And yeah, okay, we're doing some really good damage with the main character here. The main character with their grid expansion is very, very, very strong, especially, obviously, for free-to-play standards. So that's very, very nice. There we go. Obviously, okay, they go for the Steel Impact, but that should be fine because we do have defense buffs. How much is this going to hit for? Obviously, not too bad. Okay, defensive rush. We took it down to the second bar already, which is very, very good. Do have to be careful of those AoE crits, which is obviously going to be a little bit annoying for us. Let's go ahead and go for our Focus Blast. We can go ahead and heal up the main character here. We're doing some very, very good damage, surprisingly. I don't think the main character Sync move would do too much damage here. I'm just going to be honest. Hyper Beam. Ooh, Skyla may not live. If Skyla doesn't live, then we're not doing too hot for ourselves here. Skyla? Okay, she does not survive, but we do have Maylene, obviously, as the backup support, with Drain Punch, too. So, decent, and not great damage, but decent enough. Decent enough, right? Okay, couldn't queue up a Focus Blast in time. There we go, another Focus Blast. Is going to go for another critical hit, Earthquake, which does a lot of damage. That is a lot, man. Not getting any special defense debuffs in, which is not the greatest, but we're already very, very close to beating Registeel. Okay, it's going to go for Giga Impact, but it doesn't matter because we win anyway. Thank you, main character. Okay, the big problem with Registeel is that it's got some very high power moves, and obviously it can buff its own defensive stats. Focus Blast should take it out, though. Yep, goodbye. Main character is very strong, obviously. I think the main character is probably one of the best options for Registeel because it can apply both special defense options as well as debuff, or as well as be super effective with the fighting damage. There's the battle. Okay. I would say Registeel can definitely be relatively difficult. Obviously, if you use a character that can debuff both defenses, like Special Costume Diantha, who is literally tailor-fucking-made to beat this event, you're going to be just fine. If you use someone like Neo Champion Serena, you're going to be just fine. And again, anyone who can just debuff both defenses very well, you'll be fine. This is generally just going to be a pretty free-to-play setup here. Obviously, you know, all these characters are free. Skyla does obviously provide the support EX, but if you don't have the support EX, you can just go for either Maylene's Sync move, or you can go for the main characters. I don't know which one would really do more, because I'm pretty sure this is only built for DPS. Yeah, I've only got Brain Teaser, Furious Brain, those type of things here on the main character. That's why I was doing so much damage, right? The Focus Blast hits very, very hard, being super effective, as well as having all of those multipliers, as well as, of course, having the honor roll in the grid. Here are the grids now. I feel Skyla could have definitely lived that Giga Impact had I had her healed up, but, of course, she was half HP. And that Hyper Beam, or no, it was a Hyper Beam, right, that hit Skyla. I think she could have still survived. And that Giga Impact obviously does a lot of damage. So once you're at, like, the end of these battles, you've got to make sure you know where those Hyper Beams and Giga Impacts are, or else you're going to get hit hard. Very, very hard, right? So yeah, that was my initial, I guess, reactions to Registeel. Later today or tomorrow, I'll try to put out a video with some other sync pairs that can handle it, free to play and not free to play, right? I think there are definitely some decent characters. This is definitely going to be where the Mind Games 2 Lucky skill has its biggest use, because defensive debuffs are already very, pretty common for the most part. You know, you got Cuckoo, you got a lot of Eggmons like Kangaskhan and Lickitung, and then you've obviously got just like any character with Rock Smash, like obviously Maylene here, Red and Snorlax. Just if you look at the defensive down, characters here, you got quite a lot of options, and then of course Eggmons as well, which I don't have mine selected, but still, you know, you get my point. Got a lot of defense debuffers, special defense debuffers, at least consistent special defense debuffers, not really so much. Like, are you really going to count Morty here? I don't even know if he was on a roll in the grid or not. So, can you really count him? Can you really count Lyra here with her 10% energy ball? These type of characters, right? So the Mind Games 2 Lucky skill is going to start becoming very, very strong. Also, here is the here's the stuff here. I probably would have been better. No, the main character still benefits. Yeah, right. So this is the best gear setup probably as well. Maybe give the HP up to Skyla, right? For, you know, give her the flying gear. But overall, this is probably your best gear, because the main character has obviously the benefit from the Ray skill gear to where you can get yourself the physical moves up, which doesn't matter. But we also have Catastrophe too, and we have the, you know, stats up and whatnot. So decent enough gear that you could probably just use normal fighting gear too. It works out because he is a special attacker. Doesn't benefit too much. But yeah, anyway, that is the battle versus Registeel. Be sure to let me know what you think of this Legendary Arena down in the comments below. It is also available in the Legendary Gauntlet. That is why we got red for the Legendary Gauntlet banner. And all of that stuff, right? So if you're facing Registeel, definitely want to bring those defense and special defense debuffers. Mind Games 2 is going to be an amazing lucky skill. You can get it off of the Tier 1 Deluxe Lucky Cookies here. So be sure to, deal with that and whatnot. I'm going to probably go for a level 10 streak here on the Gauntlet and then reset and just try and farm cookies, because I am in desperate need. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you all later. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think about Registeel and the Legendary Arena down in the comments below, as well as the Legendary Gauntlet that is currently released, and I will see you all later.